Hi everyone, my name is Valerie Cox. I'm going to be your instructor this semester for spring 2020 for Math 098. And I just want to go through and give you some pointers and some information about the course. I'm also going to offer this orientation as a live orientation. I'll give you a couple of dates and times to choose from this first week of class. But right now, I just want to kind of go over the basics, and this is what you would see if you came to the live one as well. So let's go on to the next slide. You can see here I am. That's me sitting at my desk in Decatur. My hair's a little different now. I need to update that picture. But anyway, I've got an office in Decatur in the Chastain building in 233. Or you can come to Huntsville. I have an office in Huntsville in Sparkman 305. Now, what I'm going to try to do is be in my Chastain office on Tuesdays and Thursdays and be in my Huntsville office in Sparkman on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then Fridays are a toss-up. It'll just depend on if I've got meetings or something like that. Now, you can always, though, get in touch with me by using my email address. That's a good way. I've got my office phone number. Also, though, later on I'm going to tell you about joining Remind. And Remind is a texting app, and that's going to be like the very best way to get in touch with me. So let's talk a little bit about the course. We're going to be using Blackboard to access our course. So I need you to go into Blackboard, which you've obviously already gone into Blackboard, so you got access to this video. But I want you to explore the course information tab. Everything you need to get started is in that course information tab. So you're going to see announcements. I'm going to be sending out announcements. You have gotten the first week announcement already. I'll be sending out times that I'm going to offer a live orientation. If you have questions, you can hop on and you can ask questions. I'm also going to be sending an announcement about meeting one-on-one with you a few times during the term, so you'll be watching for that. But everything is in Blackboard, and as far as getting to the course content, you would click on the Content tab in there, and that's going to be where you get to your actual course materials, such as videos that I've made, other notes, things like that. Now, as a side note, you'll also be able to access your homework through alex.com, but I'd rather you access through Blackboard because it's just going to be easier for you. All right, textbook. For this course, you're going to need to get the Math 98 100 Elementary Algebra and Intermediate Custom Workbook, and that is going to go along with the videos that I've created. So the workbook, you'll see when you watch the first video, I go through the workbook pages and I'm filling in, I'm asking you questions, I'm giving you time to fill in, letting you work some examples, and so I use that workbook extensively in my videos. So that's why it's important to get that. You are going to have a code for Alex. That comes bundled with the workbook at the bookstore. So you can go and buy that. Now, if you go this first week and you are on financial aid, you should be able to charge that book and that workbook and code. So keep that in mind. This first week you can charge at the bookstore if you're on financial aid. So Alex is required. That's where your homework is located. That's where tests are going to be located. And when you take your midterm and your final exam, it's going to be located in Alex, so it's very important for you to get that code. You will not need a course code, so you're going to purchase a packet that has a code at the bookstore. Don't lose that little card, because that card is what has your very important, very expensive number on it. So if you go in and it asks you for a course code, you need to email me, because you should not have to have a course code if you go through Blackboard. Blackboard, you will not need a course code. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Alex in a minute. We're going to kind of give you the rundown of the course. All right, so here's my grading plan. Your homework in Alex is going to count 20%. You're going to have 4 exams that you can take at home. They're 10% each. You're going to have a midterm exam that you have to come in and come to the testing center, or you have to find an approved testing center near you if you're not close to Calhoun. That's going to count 25%. Same thing for a final exam. You are going to have to come into a testing center and be proctored for that final exam. So both the midterm and the final exam are going to be proctored exams. So that means you can come to the testing center at Calhoun or another place that's approved by me. All right, again, here's the grading scale. It's the same grading scale as the other classes on campus, so pretty straightforward there. All right, let's talk about attendance policy. This first week of the semester is very important that you go through the checklist and you do the things that are on my checklist, because that is going to be your first week of attendance. I've got 3 specific things that you have to do in order to get be marked present during the first week. You have to join Remind, you have to get into ALEKS and do the initial knowledge check, and you have to read the academic integrity policy and send me an email. So keep that in mind. I've got those specific things. But again, they're spelled out in the announcement, in the very first announcement about the checklist for the first week. So after that, after the first week, I'll be looking at your progress in ALEKS. If I find that you're not doing sufficient progress in ALEKS, a lot of times I gauge that according to how many hours. I suggest you spend no less than 5 hours a week in ALEKS. I think you need to do a little bit of math every day. I think that that's beneficial to you, but I will be looking. And if you are not meeting my expectations as far as how much work you're getting done on a weekly basis, then I'm going to look at your attendance and I'll be marking you absent for that particular week. If you don't get these things done, the 3 things done in the first week where I mark attendance and you're on financial aid, it could be adversely affected. So be sure you get those things done this week. You'll also be getting reminders from me throughout the week. Makeup policy. If you're going to miss a due date, and I have a calendar provided for you that you should print out and mark dates on the calendar. If you should miss a due date, if you get in touch with me, or you let me know ahead of time, hey, I'm going to be out of town, or I had to go into the hospital, someone is sick, you need to let me know ahead of time and I can possibly adjust your date. If you don't let me know and I can't get in touch with you, then how am I to know what's going on? The key is communication. You've got to let me know what's going on. I've got multiple ways for you to get in touch with me. So if I find that you're just slacking off and you're just not making your due date, especially for a test, I'm going to start counting off points per day if I let you have a makeup at all. All right, where can I get help? You have multiple places where you can get help. The first place is to ask Mrs. Cox. That's your first place that you can look for help. You can ask me. The next steps, you've got a couple of options on campus. We've got a math lab in Decatur. We've got a math lab in Huntsville, and you can see the hours of those. I am over those math labs, so if you get in there and you find that it's not helpful at all, those are feedback that I need. More importantly, we have what's called the STAR Institute, and that is our student success centers, and we have one located on each campus, one in Decatur and one in Huntsville. On this page, you can see the Decatur information. It's in the Chastain Center. Again, I'm the director, so that's where my office is. When I showed you at the very beginning my office numbers, I'm located inside each STAR Institute, so I have an office in each place. You can see the hours. You can visit our website, and you can get information on how to make an appointment. So in STAR Institute, you can make one-on-one appointments with a tutor to get help in not just your math, but in any subject that you're taking here at Calhoun. So there's the Decatur information. Here's the Huntsville information. Same hours on both campuses, but they have a different phone number. So wherever you're closer to, if you need to come in and you want to get some help, you can certainly do that. I would love to see you in here. It gives me great joy when people come in and you're willing to reach out for help. You can go on the website and you can follow a tutorial on how to make an appointment, or you can always get in touch with me and I can walk you through it. We also have, I didn't put it on here, Something else that I don't have on this slide, your other option is tutor.com. And if you look in Blackboard, there is a button in Blackboard in our course shell. Over on the left-hand side, you'll see a button for tutor.com. That's an online tutoring service that we have. So if it's outside the hours of Star Institute and it's middle of the night and you can't get me because I've already gone to bed, you can get on tutor.com and you can chat with them. You can upload documents. You can chat with them. If you've got a microphone and a camera, you can chat with them that way, or you can type and chat with them. So that's another service that we have that you can get tutoring. All right, academic integrity policy. This is what I want you to, I've put a link in the announcements to this page. I want you to read it. I want you to send me your comments. That's part of your first week attendance. And you're going to email me those comments. So when you go to email me, you can email me through Blackboard, or you can just go straight to your Calhoun email and put in valerie.cox@calhoun.edu and email me that way. But read this over. I'm not going to read it to you. It's your responsibility. Read it. Tell me what you think. A lot of an online class is on you, and you have to keep in mind that you need to be learning in this class and looking things up and putting in answers that are given to you, because there's lots of different ways you could look up answers. You know, the computer's a wonderful thing, but if you're doing that, when you come in for a proctored test on the midterm and final, it's going to come back to burn you. So you need to just think about that and think about your learning and what you want out of this class. All right, withdrawal policy. If for some reason you are not passing towards, and it's going to be in April, so it's April 13th is the deadline. If you find that you are just not going to be able to complete the class, that is the last day that you can withdraw and get a W. After that, you will get the grade that you get. Before you do this, please talk to me so we can kind of see if it's going to affect we need to ask and see if it could affect your financial aid. There may be options for you, but that's something you should talk to me about before you do it. All right, so let's move on to ALEX. ALEX is our homework tool. It's our assignment tool. It is where we're going to take our tests. It's very important. So it's the software that we use to access all of the work for the class. It also has videos in it too, but those videos are not me. My videos are in Blackboard. So there's a link in Blackboard to access ALEX. You'll see ALEX assignments. It's a button on the left-hand side. You'll go through there. I've got directions on how to register, how to get in there. If you have used ALEX before for Math 98, your code should be good. You should be able to just go in through Blackboard, and then it may prompt you for your login and password just to verify that it's you. If you have questions about that, let me know. But if you have used 98 before in the past year or so, your code should be good. So what ALEX is it's an adaptive system. So ALEX is you're going to log into ALEX. You're going to complete an initial knowledge check. Okay, that initial knowledge check is part of your attendance for the first week of class. And what that initial knowledge check is like, it's like a pretest, and it's going to be over things we're going to cover in the course. Now, if you've not had algebra before, not a big deal. You may not know anything on that initial knowledge check. If you've had algebra before, you may remember some things, you may not remember some things. Everyone is different, but you're going to get credit for anything that you remember. So here's what you need to do when you get into the knowledge check. Be honest on the knowledge check. Don't look things up. You can use a calculator, but don't look things up on the knowledge check, because that's going to take away all of your homework, because ALEX is going to set your homework for the course based on how you do the knowledge check, and then and it's going to help you learn throughout the course. The big thing with ALEX is that it is a lot of work and it is intensive, so you cannot procrastinate. That's why I'm saying if you do a couple of topics each night in ALEX, then you will stay caught up. There are some weeks where you need to do more than a couple of topics in ALEKS, but you will see as we go along, you know, you need to spend some time every night working on math homework. How to log into ALEKS. I've got detailed instructions in that announcement. I've got a link that shows you how to log in through Blackboard. You do not need a course code. Now, if you can't come and get your bundle, your workbook and your code bundle this week, you can use this 14-day financial aid code. And those are zeros, not the letter O. Those are zeros. But that is your financial aid code. That's good for 14 days. So that kind of gives you a little bit of a grace period to come in and purchase your materials. But remember, if you're on financial aid, you can charge your materials the first week. But if you're not, and you need some time to gather the funds to be able to get the code in the workbook, you may use that financial aid code, and it will be good for 14 days. It will let you get into the system and get started and be on the right track. Okay, this is what ALEKS is kind of going to look like. Once you've gone into ALEKS, you've logged in, and you have taken the initial knowledge check. So you've done the pretest. You are going to get an ALEKS pie. Excuse me. And your pie may look totally different from this. You may have one topic in the middle. You may have 10 topics in the middle. Everyone is different. But our goal for the semester is to take each of these slices of pie and darken them in with these colors. So you're going to have a nice, pretty, colorful pie by the end. So the initial knowledge check is going to set this pie. So filling in this pie and getting it filled in is what's called getting your homework done throughout the semester. Okay? Then once you start working on homework, you will start your path. And I'm going to send you a little bit, I've got a little Blackboard ALEKS tutorial video that I'm going to also post. I don't want to pile everything on you at the very beginning, but I'll probably post that, Tuesday of the week. I may go ahead and put it on there. That way you've got it to watch. But anyway, it goes through and it'll explain these things in a video. But you will start your path, and when you click start your path, read all the directions that ALEKS gives you. Start your path means start your homework. Okay, so ALEKS is going to start your path, and then when you get to homework, it's going to look like this. Similar to a textbook, you're going to have a page that says, it's called an explain page. It's going to go over the type of problem that you're about to work and show you an example, just like a textbook would do. Over on the right-hand side, there are some buttons. There's a video button. If you wanted to watch an ALEKS video, that's not my video, that's ALEKS video. These would be pages in a book. If you want to look at an actual screenshot of a book page, this is an email link. It's a little bitty envelope. This is a print. I don't know why you'd want to just print one page like this, but it's there. If you send that email, that sends me the exact problem that you're working on. I've also got some other ways. If you use the Remind texting app, you can take a picture of the screen, send it to me, and I can sit there and work with it at home. So I'm going to post a video more about ALEKS that kind of takes you step by step, but that's the basics of ALEKS. You're going to do, the big thing is to get that initial knowledge check done this first week, and then start working on your real numbers. All right, so questions. This is my last slide. If you have any questions, what are you going to do? You can email me, you can call me. Here's my email again. If you're interested in review sessions, which I'm going to have review sessions for every test, I'll be posting the times. I do them online, and so you'll be able to log in through a link, and you'll be able to hear me. If you don't have a microphone on your computer, you'll be able to type in questions, that kind of thing, and then I'll work through them just like I'm doing this now, and you can see me writing. The next thing is to join Remind. I've got the directions in your announcement. That is where you can text me questions. And you need to know that I am at home most nights. I do play trivia maybe one night a week, but and I can't answer my phone then. But for the most part, I am up till 11 or so, and I can answer questions. I answer questions on the weekend. Please do not feel like that I'm a 9-to-5 instructor. You send me questions. If I'm asleep, I won't answer you. If I am busy, if I'm driving, I won't be able to answer you, but I'll let you know that. And, I'll tell you, hey, hold off just a second. Let me get somewhere where I can be texting, or I'll pull out. I've got notebook paper that I keep at home on my coffee table. I'll pull it out. I will work the problem. I'll send you a snapshot, and then you can kind of see how the problem is worked. If you send me a picture of your work, I can see where you're maybe missing something. So that is why I find Remind to be so important, and it's part of your first week attendance activity to join Remind. It's just a great tool. All right, well, that's all I have for you now. That's been a while. That took about 20 minutes. So I want you to be sure and send me questions. I know this is a lot, but we need to get the ball rolling, and we need to be on top of things for the semester so that we're all successful. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and just let me know if you have any questions. Bye-bye.